Okay, I don't know what we're gonna watch, but I'm excited.
Miriam has no idea.
I have no idea.
It's a secret.
It's a secret. Okay. Oh, interesting. These faces are blurry. He's noticing just little aspects.
I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you.
What are you doing here with my father?
Surely the bride's big night wouldn't be complete without her grandfather.
Okay, quick pause. I just
Okay.
wanted to say, most shows show blurry faces to represent face blindness. This is how the way everyone goes, but this show was doing something unique and that you notice where it zooms in on the different features.
Yeah.
Because it does seem that people with face blindness often look at the features and not the gestalt of the face. The fact that Oliver Sacks, Dr. Wolf did not recognize the mixed race, mixed age couple who is funding the wedding he's going to is nuts.
Yeah, you would think that he would, right, by context clues.
He should have that one down.
I'm
I'm being emotionally manipulated, but I'm okay with it.
Cry, yes.
Quick pause.
Mm-hmm.
The real Oliver Sacks
Uh-huh.
did take his patients out of the hospital, like, against permission.
Okay, wait, so...
And possibly on his motorcycle.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
Oliver Sacks, I don't really know him.
Okay,
He's a doctor.
sorry. So Oliver Sacks is a really famous writer.
Okay, I know the man who mistook his wife for a hat. That's all I know. But he's a doctor also?
He's a neurologist.
Oh.
He was a neurologist, and the New York Times, when he died, called him the poet laureate of medicine because he wrote these incredible case studies that were about real people that he met, and he used them to elucidate what was going on in their brains. But he also really balanced out, like, their humanity, because, like, these are people who generally were quite disabled or headed in that direction, but they still were getting a lot out of their lives, and that's what he was famous for. And he apparently also really enabled people to get more out of their lives, even when they had these, like, terrible neurological problems.
Wow, that's amazing.
I know, he's so great.
Wow.
That proceedingly affected me.
Yeah, so sweet. Oh, are you sad because you're your grandmother?
As doctor.
Okay.
That is my job.
This is heavy-handed.
Yeah.
You want to change how your patients see the world.
I want to change how the world sees my patients.
Aw.
There's a word for that.
So,
Anti-metaboly is a figure of speech in which a phrase is repeated but with the order of words reversed. It's
Ask
funny.
not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Good job.
She underwent a right temporal lobectomy to cure her epilepsy, and it worked. Except
Pause.
Right temporal lobectomy.
Lobectomy. That is awfully big chunk of brain. Yeah, so if you have epilepsy and your doctor recommends a right temporal lobectomy, you should say, let's get more specific, doc. And I'm pretty sure that they identify tiny focal points.
Okay.
They take out as little brain as possible.
That's so sweet. The dad is helping.
I know. Okay, wait, quick pause. I
Uh-huh.
just wanted to share PSA.
Uh-huh.
If you want to help your kid who has prosopagnosia,
Uh-huh.
that isn't a bad way to do it. Like, help them learn to identify particular features. But on the other hand, don't tell them to say it out loud.
Yeah. Yeah.
But another thing you can do in the school is just make the kids have assigned seats. Like, ask the teacher to have, or if you're a teacher, assigned seats help everyone.
And like something in your book that you say is like have the teacher and you as the parent like repeat kids' names a lot. Like, oh, isn't that Sally from your art class? Okay,
Right,
hi
yeah.
Sally. That was nice. We just saw Sally. That was-
Yeah. Use proper nouns every opportunity you can. Cool. Okay. Also, the real Oliver Sacks did not swim in the Hudson like we just saw.
Oh, okay. Not like Kramer.
But he did swim in
Did you see that
around
sound?
City Island, which was is like a like Long Island Sound water.
Oh.
Not that much cleaner than the Hudson.
Really?
Yeah.
Sounds
I don't know. I have
cleaner.
to look it up. Real Oliver Sacks' dad was fine.
Oh,
He was
okay.
a doctor. Also, he was British.
Mm.
And there were like 3 other Dr. Saxes, and his family's mom was a famous surgeon.
Wow.
And his 2 brothers were doctors. So he came to America because there were too many Dr. Saxes in England. Because, like, it's kind of funny to me because, like, this is going to puzzle the doctors for the next 40 minutes. Because, like, I don't know how common Catgrass is, but, like, this is, like, such a classic and dramatic presentation that anyone who has read a Psych 101 textbook, or really anyone who's read anything by Oliver Sacks, has probably knows what it is. And okay,
Okay.
and it's actually in some ways it's the opposite of prosopagnosia, but people So with prosopagnosia, okay, so you have two different routes for recognizing faces.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is subcortical and one of them is cortical. The subcortical one, evolutionarily older, not as precise, faster.
Mm-hmm.
And
You like feel like, oh, I know them.
and it's emotional.
Uh-huh.
So it's this feeling of familiarity and it's like modulated by your amygdala.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas your cortical one is what is usually malfunctioning in the case of people who are face blind.
Mm-hmm.
And so people who are face blind, we don't recognize the person, and we are weighing our cortical lack of recognizing more than our amygdala feeling of familiarity.
Oh, okay, wait. So
I see you somewhere,
uh-huh.
and I don't recognize you because I'm face blind.
Uh-huh.
But in my heart, you feel familiar.
Uh-huh.
But that signal is not enough to override my lack of recognizing you.
So wait,
Yeah.
I'm not getting it. Can you explain it one more time?
Yeah, I kind of want to get a thing to draw on. Two routes. Okay. Via the amygdala and via the fusiform face area. And then amygdala.
Amy.
Yeah, Amy. Okay. So, this is from seeing the person, and this is recognizing the person.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so if you're doing well, if you're neurotypical, these things work together. So you see some of that information goes through your FFA, and you cognitively know you recognize them.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
I know, I'm like, that's Steve. Okay. And then at the same time, information is going through your amygdala. This is giving you a feeling of familiarity. Feeling.
Put a little heart.
Okay. Heart. Okay. So this is a subcortical route. And this is your cortical route. Now, in the case of prosopagnosia, our cortical route is messed up. So I'm going to look at Steve and not recognize him, but I might feel like that warmth in my heart. And in research, what that is they can tell from skin conductance or something like that. They can tell from your body response. Okay, so this is prosopagnosia.
Oh, interesting. So like subconsciously, your subconscious like knows it's Steve, but like you can't put the features together with your sight and at like the top level to be like that's Steve. Okay.
But instead of subconscious, let's say unconscious, because subconscious has a lot of connotations that are Freudian.
Okay.
So it just means you are not aware of this information.
Okay.
Okay. So then, but in the case of Capgras, the FFA is working. It's like that's my kids. But the problem is that feeling of familiarity, the subcortical route is broken.
Oh, that's up. Yeah, okay. Because like they look like my kids. I can see they have like my mask on that like looks exactly like my kids, but
you're not feeling the feeling. So you are like these are imposters.
But they look exactly like my kids. That's up. Yeah, that would freak me out too.
Periodic table.
What's that?
Well, it represents everything we can see and perceive, like that chair or
That is not a good answer.
mountain.
Steve, what's the periodic table? What's on your shirt? Steve has 3 periodic table shirts. So this is plausible.
So if a child, like a 10-year-old child, asked you, "What's on your shirt?" how would you answer?
Well, I'd probably try to answer like I think his answer is okay.
Okay.
But like I might like explain why it's a table. You know?
Yeah.
Like, try to at least be like it's like it's everything that's in the universe and it's organized into a table because there's a pattern to how stuff like how matter is created or something like that.
That's cool.
Right? Because he doesn't tell you why it's a table.
About being different?
Sometimes it's hard for other people to understand.
That's right.
That's why you lock them in a room.
So we stay strong. And we keep it to ourselves.
But when you look at your new home, the one you moved into after your surgery,
It feels normal.
She moved into a home after her surgery, but the reason why they had to throw that in there is because people with Capgras, everything is unfamiliar. Like it would be her current house would also unfamiliar unfamiliar unless she moved in after her surgery.
I thought my surgery removed the epilepsy.
it removed the part of the brain that caused the epilepsy, but the rest of your brain still remembers how to have a seizure.
They did surgery to remove the focal point of her epilepsy, And then she has a seizure. She quite reasonably says, I don't understand. Yeah. And then Dr. House, Dr. Wolf gaslights her. And he's like, the rest of your brain still remembers how to have a seizure. Okay, maybe. But maybe they took out the wrong part of her brain. I would say that there's equal likelihood here. And I would be very upset if I were her, and I would not believe this gaslighter.
You know what? You're done.
They want to
Off this case.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah. That's the sexual tension. Okay, so they set up a really interesting problem that actually is very housey, I believe, in that if the circuit that the specific circuit that connects her love for her children to her vision, for her visual cortex. So that part, if that part of that circuit is going to cause a seizure, the solution is she never can look at her kids again.
Yeah, don't have kids is the answer.
But you will see that they drop the.
Okay.
They don't even. It was just a crazy
I
coincidence.
think we're done.
Wait, how do you know? What?
This
is her spot.
That's about my seizures.
She mentioned before that she used to take her kids on a drive to see this bluff.
Also, I would not believe that answer. I'd be like, no, really, why are you here?
My neurologist shows up like anywhere.
Anywhere. It's true.
I could be at another doctor's office and I'd be like, why are you here?
You mentioned you had a dermatologist. This is very involved social worker. This social worker has no other clients, by the way.
What the hell is this? You'll see.
I really want to show you this SVU episode.
It's like the same episode.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh,
don't they
man.
have like a meeting before they get the patient there? Like,
No, right there.
Think of the brain as an intricate
I love
network of
chalk.
connecting roads and highways. When we look at an object or a face, the messages travel down those roads to the temporal lobe.
This is a bad explanation.
Okay, tell me why.
Your explanation is better.
Thank you.
Because, I mean, what he's saying is, I don't think nothing's incorrect, but
Right.
like it's very important that she's not seeing the kids because, like, the thing that's unusual to her brain is the fact that
The
she's
sight.
seeing the kids and only one of the things is being activated.
Right.
Right?
The real Oliver Sacks was British and diffident, I believe. It would not have been that freaking strident.
Step 1. Every morning, Hannah will make auditory contact with the boys before she sees them, establishing their emotional bond. Step 2.
Plausible and done
We've
before.
developed lenses that slightly alter Hannah's vision. These will retrain her brain to prioritize what she hears over what she sees.
Plausible, never been tried, could
3.
create a lot of problems.
Communication.
Thanks for joining my watch party. What did you guys think of the episode?